Good morning. So I'm a little late, and I'm due at. Please have a seat.
A rough start to the president's press conference, and that was nothing. The very second he'd finished his prepared remarks, the room full of reporters revved up.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President,
okay.
Classified material next to your Corvette, what were you thinking?
I'm going to get a chance to speak on all this, God willing, soon. But as I said earlier this week, people, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage, okay? So it's not like you're sitting out in the street. I like to drive. I used to think I was a pretty good driver.
The infamous Corvette, remembered from his presidential campaign?
The thing I like most is the setup right here. And you feel like you're in complete control.
Not so now. This afternoon, it was revealed that in the garage of the president's Delaware residence, presumably next to the Stingray, were hamstered away classified government documents from the Obama-Biden administration. The disclosure comes 3 days after Biden's special counsel revealed that attorneys for the president found another batch of classified documents in an office that he'd used in a DC think tank back in November.
I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there to that office.
A review followed, and then late today, this statement from the White House. During the review, the lawyers discovered among personal and political papers a small number of additional Obama-Biden administration records with classified markings. All but one of these documents were found in a storage space in the president's Wilmington residence garage. The Department of Justice was immediately notified, and the lawyers arranged for the department to take possession of these documents.
People know I take classified documents and classified material seriously. I also said we're cooperating fully and completely with the Justice Department's review.
I concluded that under the special counsel regulations, it was in the public interest to appoint a special counsel. I strongly believe that the normal processes of this department can handle all investigations with integrity.
The DOJ now knows its way around alleged presidential mishandling of document dramas. It appointed a special counsel to investigate former President Trump over his. The FBI raided Trump's Mar-a-Lago mansion last August, turning up 13,000 documents, including 103 that were classified and 18 labeled top secret, in some locations described as not secure. The number of Biden documents has been reported as small and in locked storage. The first batch found during a closet clean-out and immediately reported. Important distinctions to some, hypocrisy to others.
So I think he has a lot of answers to the American public. The good thing about that is the American public has a Congress that can get the answers. Thank you all.
We're going to see all this unfold. I'm confident. Thank you very much.
How's the First Lady, sir?
A quick reverse back to the podium to discuss his wife's health after skin cancer surgery.
She's doing really well. Thank you for
Then a speedy exit to a roar of unanswered questions. Well, joining me now is Richard Painter, a law professor at the University of Minnesota, who was the chief White House ethics lawyer between 2005 and 2007. Thank you very much for coming on the program, sir. The fact that the White House was so quick, or rather the Attorney General, in appointing a special counsel, what does that tell you?
Well, they did the right thing. This is a situation involving the president and why the president came into possession of classified information during the time he was a private citizen. This is clearly a security breach. Now, whether a crime has been committed is a different question. For a crime to be committed, there would need to be a knowing and intentional removal of the classified information, or someone refusing to turn it over when asked, or lying about it. We had some of those elements in the Trump Mar-a-Lago incident, so that's continuing to be investigated. But here, it's critically important to find out what happened with these documents. Who removed them and why? Was it intentional? Or more likely, I think someone was just incredibly sloppy. And if there's this type of sloppiness with respect to classified information at the end of the Obama administration, what's the situation like now? Are we protecting our national secrets? And second, Who had access to these documents? The Penn Biden Center, where they've been for 6 years, has all sorts of people coming in and out of there. The president of the University of Pennsylvania, Amy Gutmann, for a long time, she raised tens of millions of dollars from China before she became the ambassador to Germany. We ought to find out who has had access to the buildings where these documents were stored, and that includes President Biden's garage. I don't think there'd be as many people coming in and out of there, but who might have seen these documents? We need to be very concerned if some of our classified information.
It's all very, and the fact that it was stored in the garage, the fact that there were 2 batches discovered within a few days of each other, it's all very embarrassing for him, isn't it?
Well, yes, this is extremely sloppy handling of classified information. When the boxes of documents are packed up in the White House or the vice president's office back in 2017, when they vacated, you would think that someone professional would have been going through the documents to see what could be taken and what could not be taken. Presidential records, even if they're not classified, can't be removed from the premises. The originals cannot. And classified documents have a marking on them, a folder that says top secret or whatever it is. And I'm amazed that this happened.
Sorry to interrupt, but the crucial difference here is that Donald Trump faces possible criminal charges over this and Biden doesn't. Is that right?
Well, we'll find out what happened. Of course, anyone who intentionally removes classified information and intentionally takes it to a place where it is not in a secure information facility and who is intending to take those documents, I think could face criminal exposure. Being sloppy with classified information, as Hillary Clinton was with her email server, that's a situation that does not result in criminal charges. It's just incredibly sloppy. And this right now is looking more like the Hillary Clinton email server than the situation where Donald Trump just flat out refused to turn over the documents, and his lawyer may have lied about them.
Right. But just in 10 seconds, politically, this could be damaging for President Biden or not?
Well, yes, and it'll be less damaging if he gets all of the information out to the public as soon as possible about what happened, who may have seen these documents. I think the Penn Biden Center needs to investigate it to find out what was going on there. A lot of questions circulating around the Penn Biden Center. And the more information is disclosed to the public as soon as possible, the better this will be for the president.
Okay. Richard Painter, thank you very much indeed for joining us.